Hi guys, my name is Premise Smith and today we're at the Bankstown RSL Club and we're here for Gotcha4Life Mateship Luncheon, and I've got Anthony Maroon here from Triple M and he's going to be emceeing this amazing event. Today he's going to be telling us about his 25 years in the radio industry, connecting with people. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Premier. It's been a amazing journey, but it's one of those things I love. I love doing this sort of thing, and I love radio, and I love footy. So they all come together in one big old love sandwich.
Now, when you talk about footy, are you talking about AFL, soccer, or rugby league?
Well, mate, we are in the city of Sydney. There's only one game in the city of Sydney, and that's rugby league, NRL.
And who do you go for?
I follow the greatest club in the history of sport, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. But of course, being an NRL commentator, I just got, these days I've got to go to the games they send me to. So I'm lucky if they send me to a South game, but I can't go and watch them every week anymore.
Look, I just want to say I'm a massive Rabbitohs fan. I'm a Tasmanian boy I'm a country boy from Tasmania, so I like my AFL footy. But now living in Sydney, I do love the Rabbitohs. Massive fan. Got a quick question for you. 25 years being on radio. This is a really important lunch today around men's mental health. Can you tell me, as a presenter, how have you contributed as a presenter on radio talking about men's mental health, and has it changed in the last 25 years?
Yeah, well, I guess, Prem, I've had a bit of a head start with this because Gus Worland is the man behind Gotcha4Life, and Gus Worland is also an old Triple M boy, and I've known Gus for probably 20 years, and so, you know, not only have I over the years gone to him to help him tweak me a little bit and make me operate a little bit better, but you know, I've got to see how Gotcha4Life has grown and how people have learnt. Basically, we say to each other, look for the signs. What are the signs? But Gus would say, you know, don't have people looking for the signs. If there's something bothering you, you need to talk to somebody. Go and talk to them.
Yeah.
We've all got somebody we can talk to. Might be your best mate, might be a mate from school. For me, thankfully, I got that in my wife.
Yeah.
My wife and I have been together since we were 16, and the other day I turned 60. So she's my best mate. I can just go to her if I've got any problems. But the main thing is, I think, Prem, as I learned from Gus, you know, talk and connect to people. You know, I think physical cardio exercise is such a big part of your mental health. And
totally agree.
Yeah, and I met, well, I didn't meet, a friend of mine, I'm not name dropping, a mate of mine is Michael Maguire, who used to coach South, now he coaches the Broncos. And he said to me once, you need to have a routine in your life. And I think when somebody you admire says something like that, you take it on board. So routine, exercise, talk, network, get amongst people. Don't sit on your backside watching TV. It's not going to help anyone.
Look, I think it's very true. Can I just ask one question? And this is a really important question I like to ask a lot of people. And for the viewers out there are watching this, think about the question I'm about to ask. Who do you talk to the most?
My wife. You mean with what's going on up here?
You see, the question is, I ask this question to lots of people, hundreds of people, and everyone says they pick someone, right?
Yeah.
But the person you talk to the most is yourself.
Right.
Right? That's the person you talk to.
Yes.
Now, if you're talking to someone who's putting you down, who's telling you you're not worth it, you're not good enough, you wouldn't hang out with them, would you?
Mate, that is beautifully put. I so love what you just said, and it reminds me of that old saying. You know, if you've got a scary beast and a beautiful white frilly lovely beast, which one's going to grow? The one you feed the most.
That's
so
exactly.
If you're always thinking negative, you know, so you're right, mate. You spend all this time in your own head.
You do, and the thing is positive self-talk is the first step moving forward. You know, one thing is all about connecting with people, checking in on people, which is fantastic. But if your cup is empty or you're only half full and you're not even having that appreciation for yourself, how then can you then help someone else? How then can you help to educate, understand, appreciate, empathise if you're not there with yourself first full?
So true, mate. And, you know, I think I think for men especially, well, not men especially, that's really wrong for me to say. For anyone, I only know because I am a man. You know, I think that you got to feel like you're kicking goals in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think when people get to my age and they retire, you know, when they stop kicking goals, they stop kicking ass, they're not doing that anymore. I think it's so important to be kicking goals in life. Maybe you find that in your work, maybe you find that in sport or collecting model cars or fishing, whatever. But you've got to do those things that make you feel like you're good at doing something.
Yeah. And it's so true. Look, we're incredibly purpose-driven, and sometimes with what we do, that's what we identify of who we are based on what we do. And then when you stop doing what you do, then you don't know who you are. So I think great events like this really help to just let those beans be spilt. You know, fresh start mentally. You know, new inspirations. Going to these events and go, hey, I'm in the same boat as everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe I'm not doing what I love doing, or maybe I'm not what I used to be, but I still get to be me, and I still have the opportunity to try something different.
Absolutely.
And live truthfully in that.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's like, you know, a bloke might pull up here in the next half an hour, you know, in a red Ferrari, and get out with, 100 grand's worth of jewellery on. But he might owe the bank $10 million and don't know how he's going to make the next payment. So it's important not to compare your insides with someone else's outsides, you know. As long as you're happy within yourself and you take that time every day to have an attitude of gratitude and be grateful for what you have. For me, it's, you know, I've got kids, I've got grandkids, I've got a beautiful wife. You know, we live in this city, Prem, where, you know, like for someone like us, we've got a job, we've got a bed to go to at night, all those things that you can't help but take for granted.
Yeah, this is so true. Look, Anthony, I really appreciate your time. You're a true gentleman, absolute inspiration, and I'm looking forward to listening to you speak words of wisdom today.
Go the bunnies.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. And stay tuned, because we're going to be meeting lots of amazing and incredible people today. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, we're still live. We're still live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, how are you? Sorry to catch you off guard. Hi, I'm Prema Smith and I'm from Arab Media. Oz Arab Media. What's your name?
Emma Lawrence.
Emma Lawrence. Tell us everything about you, because I know nothing about you, and I'm sure the crowd out here might recognise your face. Tell me everything.
I don't know how much there's exciting about me, but mostly I work with the great Anthony Maroon at Triple M, and also work for Channel 9 on their rugby league coverage.
Okay.
And I'm an ambassador for Bankstown RSL with Maroon. So, yeah, it's good to be here today and support a great cause.
It's an incredible cause. And tell me, you said ambassador for Bankstown RSL Club. What does that mean?
So help them out with any functions they have like this. I know they do a lot of work in the community. On our table over here, they support the Burke Warriors. So bush footy, supporting Gotcha4Life today. Anytime there's anything coming up like Mother's Day and we've got raffles, we come in and, you know, help them sell tickets or mingle with the guests and that type of thing. So, yeah, I love Scott and Chrissy here, and it's a real community and family feel. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to be part of it.
I'm just watching you speaking, and I just feel your passion. I feel your enthusiasm. Like when you started saying about community, I'm like, I can see you're so enriched about everything that happens in this place. And I just want to say, you've been on Triple M. How long have you been working for Triple M for?
Triple M for 10 years now. Yep. So I started off doing the sideline reporting, and then done a bit of hosting for them on their shows, and then this year I've just started doing a bit of play-by-play calling as well, so just on the NRL. So it's been fun, it's been something different, and yeah, everyone here has really helped me. Maroon, Aaron Woods gave up a lot of his time over the off-season helping me practice, so it's a really fun job, and it's pretty wild to think that you get paid to just talk footy with your mates. So it's great.
I love it. And today is a really important day. What does it mean for you when you said talk footy with your mates? We don't have a culture. Our culture, I really believe, is mateship.
Yeah.
Right? Can you tell me how you feel about today and how important it is in what you do and the community that you are part of?
Yeah, I think, like, sometimes I get asked what's the best part about my job, and it is cool being in a footy game, but I like the best part about my job is the people I work with and the mates you build, and you go in and you feel like they've got you back, you know, whether it's something you've done and they're proud of you, or whether it's you're struggling with something, or someone's hurt you, whatever it is, they've got you back, and I think everyone needs that. Some people might not be lucky enough to have that in the workplace, but excuse me, whether that's friends from school, or I think everyone needs their kind of, I know Gotcha4Life always talk about you having your tribe, like having your tribe around you, and it doesn't have to be a huge extensive tribe, like you've got your close mates that will look after you no matter what. And yeah, I think a big part of what Gotcha4Life do is just starting conversations, right? Like, you might not think you struggle or have any issues around mental health, but you just got to have conversations. It's a lot about prevention, about what they do, and what hopefully we can get the message out here today.
It's amazing, and so true, and appreciate that. One thing I've noticed is that we seem to put a title to mental health, like it's like a thing that's so important. But do you feel like, I feel like mental health and physical fitness and physical health, they work the same. It's just a health. That it's just health. And the sooner we start realizing that what's happening in here is no different to what's happening in here and happening in here, and maybe what's happening here is why something's not working here right, you know, and it all entwined. So tell me, working with men, have you found that over the last 10 years, men have really started just to really connect with themselves in the sports industry and connect with others through injury and through and utilising this at the same time as their physical fitness?
I think, don't get me wrong, like, I think it's hard at times for anyone to speak up, but on the whole, I think probably harder for men, because I think there maybe has been this stigma about, you know, men are supposed to be a bit more tough and they don't talk about their feelings as much. I just think it's not the same for everyone, for every male and female, but I think that's why Gotcha does a lot of work more in that male domain, and I get to witness that firsthand working in footy. And, you know, my brother played professional rugby league for 15 years for the West Tigers, so I got to see that and how at times injuries would affect him, and he dislocated his hip. That one was really bad. He had a really bad facial injury, which they thought not only he might not play footy again, but, you know, at one point they were worried for his life in that moment when the injury happened. So, you know, I see that from not just the media point of view, but I've seen it from a point of view of a family member as well. And my partner, he works at Channel 9 now, but he was in the army for 6 years. So I get to sort of see it from that point of view as well, and the struggles that they have when they leave the armed forces, and, you know, friends of his that have struggled with PTSD and all those sorts of things. So no matter what realm you're in, everyone has their challenges, and we just need to kind of remove the stigma around it, which is why I think Gotcha4Life talk about mental fitness. It's not, because sometimes mental health, everyone can think, oh, I don't want to be the one to talk about that, but it's not. It's just like working on your guns at the gym. Work on your fitness, like mental, physical, as you said, it's all the same.
The biggest muscle you got is this one here, and exercising that with freedom is something really important.
And I think they go hand in hand. Like, I know if I don't go to the gym, like, I don't just go to the gym. I mean, it's nice looking toned and whatnot, but I go to the gym because I feel, I don't know, down. If I haven't been to the gym in a week or two, I just feel sluggish. I don't feel motivated about life, and I notice a huge difference. But I'm like full of beans. I'm like ready to tackle the day if I go to the gym. So for me, I go to the gym for up here, not so much. I mean, sure, like, if you look better, great, but for me, it's all mental.
Emma, I really appreciate you. I love your energy. You're such an exceptional lady. I've only just met you today, but her energy is absolutely everything. And this room right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's full of incredible energy about people. Have a look. Look at the camera. Look at this room. Look at it. And it's all people wanting to help others, you know. And when we're reaching out to help others, we're helping ourselves at the same time. And this is what community is all about. This is where we should go in life. Emma, I really appreciate your time. Lovely to meet you. I'm going to let you sit down and enjoy yourself. We're going to come back and probably talk a little bit more with Emma.